Hi, Don Gingold here. I'm a co-founder of Sprocket websites. We turn surfers into visitors and visitors into customers. We build websites on multiple platforms as well as do SEO and social media and other types of services. In the WordPress world, we work with Divi. Divi is a great visual builder and probably the most popular. We are often out there talking about Divi, and in fact, we are the sponsor of the Divi Chicago Meetup group. We meet every second Monday of the month, and we're happy to have you. It's on Zoom. Check it out, meetup.com, and look for Divi Chicago. We recently talked about accessible websites, and because we don't record our meetings, I thought it would be a great idea to record some of the highlights of the presentation that I gave with one of the tools that are out there for you in the Divi ecosystem that helps with accessible websites. It's the Accessibility Bundle from Divi Modules. They have three different plugins that you can get: the Accessibility Sidebar, Accessibility Attributes, and Accessibility Tweaks. In fact, what I did was reached out to David Blythe, who is the owner of Divi Modules, and asked him for some help getting a copy of his software so that we could review it and show everybody at the Divi Meetup, and he was gracious enough to do that for us. So I then went and installed the product on this website here. You'll notice down here at the bottom, on the bottom right, that there is this accessibility logo. That's what you get when you install the software. All you have to do is add the plugin, the sidebar plugin, and it immediately puts it up here on the page. If you click on it, you get this great sidebar that allows you to do all kinds of accessibility profiles. Accessibility, like people that have visual impairments, people that are struggling with seizures, epilepsy, cognitive problems, dyslexia, things like that. The ADA world, there's a whole bunch of activity that helps people that when they come to a website, they could get the content of the website, even if they're blind. In the case of the accessibility sidebar by Divi Modules, if you if you change the profile to blindness, then a screen reader will read all of the contents of the website. If you're colorblind, it will adjust the colors so that they're brighter and more contrast. But if you are prone to triggering seizures and epilepsy, it will dull the content. And it's all doing all of that without me doing any kind of coding at all. If you have ADHD, then it will focus your attention on a certain area of the page so that you're not distracted and looking elsewhere. So all of those capabilities are all with a keystroke. Somebody that comes to the website who has one of these disabilities can click on one of these items, and they will be able to get the website adjusted so that it helps them. And it's a great thing to do. Everyone should do it. This is a great tool because it's priced well for affordability of anybody. So you really should. You have no excuse to get a tool like this. I'm not making any money on the Divi Modules product, but I think it's a great tool, and I'm sharing it. I shared it with the folks at the Divi Meetup, and I want to share it with you too. I'm going to reset this page so that it's all the same that it originally was, and then close the module, and then tell you a little bit about the other two modules that are part of it. So here are the three items that are here. The sidebar we just took a look at. Tweaks adds automatic adjustments to the modules to improve navigation accessibilities for your visitors. Another thing that you don't have to do. So for instance, if I go back to the view here, it'll take me from section to section, and all of this is built in that's the tweaks. See these jumping from place to place, and I don't have to. And somebody that has trouble with mousing over the page, they could be using the arrow keys, the keyboard. That's typically how one who has that type of a disability would navigate through a website. And the tweaks give you that capability just by installing it. I, as a programmer or website developer, don't have to do anything with it. The other thing that you get, the third guy that's in the bundle, is the enhancements, and I wanted to show what capabilities you have there. And I'm going to do that by jumping onto the Visual Builder. Cool thing about Divi is right from the front end, you click on the Adjust Visually, and you can edit all of the different elements. Notice these things that are popping up on the page as I'm going over it. If you know anything about Divi, that's the interface for Divi, and from there you can edit things. And I'm going to edit this guy just by clicking on the module settings. That module is a text module, and I've got this text that's on. It's designed. It's the styled. All of that is done inside the module, so I don't have to go in and add HTML code that or CSS code that gives it the gold lettering or the size, the types, things like that. It's all built in. But when you add the accessibility enhancements, the attributes plugin, you get accessibility attributes built into Divi, directly into Divi. So it can do things like it could create code on your page that's all ADA compliant code. One example, simple example, is the description text, ARIA description, and a screen reader will read that description to somebody as they're walking through the page. Another item that is a great little additional tool for people that are using screen readers to go through a website. Some of the information is kind of superfluous. It's great from a visual perspective, but a book cover may not help somebody who is trying to read what the book is about, who is visually impaired or is blind. So maybe what we could do is you can hide that element so that as the screen reader is going through the page and reading elements aloud to the person, they skip over those pieces. And it's simple to do, and you don't have to add code, which is great. So right here, I've got this descriptive text, and I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to exit my Visual Builder. And then once I do that, I'm going to inspect the HTML that's there on the page. If I click on the right-click on the element and go to inspect, you see all of the text, and notice what you get right there in the code. This is the description text. That's been put into the code for me. I don't have to do it. So that's what the enhancements, the attributes plugin does for you. So you get all three. David's got a bundled price so that you could buy the items. He also has a number of great modules, so you take a look at his modules. But what I wanted to do is just share with you what kinds of things that the accessibility product from Divi Modules could do, mostly because we didn't get an opportunity to record what we talked about at the meetup. Now here's that opportunity, so we can put that out there and help David out, get the word out that he's got a great product. Thanks for listening. And if you need any help with Sprocket, sprocketwebsites.com. If you'd like to visit us with our meetup, it is meetup.com, and go look for Divi Chicago and sign up every second Monday. That's when we talk. And the next one, September, is September 9th. So we look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for watching.